Good evening, good evening, good evening, beautiful people. It's a little too loud for me right now. How is everybody doing today? I know it's a little late, and I don't normally come on this late, but I popped on anyway to see what's going on the YouTube streets. I'm not sure. I know it's a lot of madness going on with the issues with Bravo and other network and all that crazy jazz. But honestly, right this minute, I don't really care about that stuff. I care about it, but I don't because it's to the point where they're gonna do what they want to do, no matter what we say, no matter what we complain about. Our voices will not be heard, and they need to continue to fight the good fight. So I hope everything works out in all of their favor. But like I said, I just popped on. I didn't really want anything. I just wanted to see how the people were doing today. I posted a video earlier. Hopefully, you guys were able to watch it. It is a conversation that I decided to have, and I might try to see if I can have it tomorrow afternoon sometime. Because I really want people to come and give their full opinion on what they think about mothers that are so caught up in their sons' lives and business. They act like they're the girlfriend and not the mother. And I want women to learn how, when you have grown men, let them learn how to move through life on their own. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying don't help them or don't be there for them. By the way, I forgot. Welcome to Stu Queen's Thoughts. I'm Stu Queen B, and this is my channel. We are the Royal Gladiators over here, and I'd appreciate anyone coming in the building. Please hit that like button. If you're catching it on the replay, hit the like button and leave a comment down below. I would truly appreciate it. But I wanted to see what was going on in the streets. But like I was saying, ladies, teach your young men how to be respectful and honest about how they feel when somebody offends them, when they're allowed to fend for themselves. Stay out of your son's relationships. Let them grow on their own because then they'll always run to mommy looking for the answer. And mommy doesn't always have the answer because all women are different, just like all men are different. But you have to teach them the basics about respecting a woman, not calling a woman out her name. Like I said before, pulling out chairs, pushing in chairs, closing doors, carrying the bags. Because I've seen a lot of women running around with dudes, and dudes are not carrying the bags. The woman is carrying the bags, and I want people, men, to wake up, help that lady out, be nice. Chivalry should not be dead, especially now. As much as we need affection, honesty, loyalty, respect, and we need for people to go back to certain things that happened back in the day when you were respectful of your elders, when you helped your elders across the street, not cussing your elders out because you have no self control. I want young men to realize, like they say, you get more bees with honey. If you are nicer to people, your blessings will continue to grow. If you act like Hotel Hope, you see how his life is turning out, you will end up like that. So don't allow your manhood or lack thereof steer you into a position where you are treating women like property or treating women like they are second class citizens. Because again, without us, there would be no world. We make the world go. Like people always say, men in charge, men in charge. Yeah, men are in charge. Men are destroying this country. Do y'all not see it? Not saying they're men of color, but it is men that is destroying this country. And nobody's holding any of them accountable. And that's sad. Because, like, when do you take the time to know who you are? Ask yourself that question. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I know who I am? Because a lot of people are lost these days. A lot of people don't know who they are. They're not centered, or they don't believe in God. And, sometimes that don't turn out right either. But if people know like I know, excuse me, they need to have some conversations. We all need to have conversations about life in general. There are so many things going on in life in general that the petty stuff that goes on YouTube can be slid by. Certain silly stuff that going on TV, sometimes let that slide. Because if you think about it, if you turned your television off and you walked around your community, most communities, you will see a lot of mess, depending on where you live. You will see children in the street when they should be on sidewalks. You will see people walking down the street with their children damn near 5, 10 steps behind them, and they're not paying attention. I want people to pay attention to your children. If you think this world will be anything better than it is now, then I need people to make sure they are raising their children properly. And I don't say this like I'm the best mother in the world. I had my issues, but you know what? Whatever bad energy or bad feelings or anything that I felt back then, I let that stuff go. Why? Because that child needed me to take care of it. He didn't ask to be born. So since I brought him into this world, it is my job as a parent to nurture him. Tell him which ways is wrong and which ways is right. To help him even with relationships, to learn how to make sure you talk to your spouse. Make sure you take time to understand your spouse and listen, not to respond, but listen to listen so that you understand. Like some people like, this lady thinks she do good. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. But I see how children of this world are running amok and causing havoc and assaulting people and causing riots like they did in New York City yesterday behind some wannabe rapper. It's like, come on now, y'all. And if you're coming through catching the replay, please hit the like button. I would truly appreciate it. Like I said, I came on to see if anybody was around, have a little chit chat, but apparently nobody's around right now. So I'm just gonna make this just a thought process to allow people to really think about what's going on with their children. Do you have long conversations with your children? And I mean your adult children, even your teenagers. Do you have conversations like that to them? And I mean talk to them, not like they're a child, but talk to them as if they're almost an adult. Because our younger children need to know how to act accordingly, which is sad to say, but when they are in the area of police officers, anybody of authority, they have to learn to watch their mouths, be respectful, and don't always fight back. You don't have to fight back for everything. Because that trying to fight back might end up getting you hurt, and that's not what we want. So I want parents to talk to their kids and to tell them to take the attitude out of when they get pulled over. I understand we need to be scared. We need to pray for our children when they leave out of their homes. We need to ask God to cover them and keep them safe, but also have those conversations with your child to make sure that he learns how to mind his manners and be respectful. He may not like authority, but if that's the way to keep and get him home safely, then that's what he needs to do. There's a lot of things going on in this world that are more important than YouTube fights, Facebook fights, talk show reality fights, it's just too much. Everybody's fighting, and for what? Some people are making up fights. They ain't got nothing else better to do but cause havoc. And that's sad to me because there's so much more that we could be doing together as a people instead of causing chaos and confusion. Sometimes we need to take the time to say, you know what? Let's start over. Let's start over and start a whole new leaf and say, okay, I don't have a problem with you saying anything to my child as long as you're respectful and you tell me exactly what you did to my child. I don't need women out here fighting their boyfriends, their sons' girlfriends over anything. I think that is the stupidest shit they've ever done. You should not even be wanting to argue with a child that's underage and not close to your age. Or your child's mate. You shouldn't be cussing them out. Just like the cousin, your son's girlfriend should not be disrespectful to you. Some people need to learn to build a relationship with their son's girlfriends because they might find out parts of them they might like. They may also need some woman guidance. So if they're acting a way that you're not used to, they may need a real woman's guidance. So help them with that a little bit if you can. Just don't become a hover mother. A hover mother. Lord, I can't even say it. A hover mother. Don't stay in your son's business, even your daughter's business, like that. If there's an issue that they have that has anything to do with domestic stuff, what you need to be trying to do is find an escape way for her, a safe escape way to get her away from that man. That's what you should be doing to me as a mother. Because I would not leave my child in that place like that. I don't care how much she says she loved that man. It's not that she loved that man. What she's thinking about in her head is constantly the good things that they've had. She's not thinking about the negative that she's dealing with at the present moment. Because if he loved her, he wouldn't be attacking her or doing the things he's done. So girls need to understand, if somebody putting their hands on you, that is not love. That's control. That's an individual that does not know how to express themselves the correct way. So let your girls know too, to be mindful of that. Any boy put their hands on a grown man, I don't care who it is, they ain't got no business putting their hands on you. Let them know that. And I ain't talking about they got to go run off to get some cousin that's gangsters all over. No, Kelly, she don't have to do all that. She could say it herself. And if she's dating the right kind of man, he'll respect her for it. But she need to let him know it ain't cool. But you need to also let your daughter know it ain't cool for a man to put his hands on you. And make sure you got your own. Don't be stuck worried about some man taking care of you. Even if you're in a marriage, make sure you still have a nice little stack put around to the side in case anything ever goes wrong. And I'm not saying live in fear in a relationship, no. But you still need to have your own money and an exit strategy if you need to have one. That's just my personal thought. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. So, I'm not keeping this video long. I hope everybody's having a beautiful evening. And I'm going to go take myself and find me something to eat, which ain't going to be too much of nothing. But I hope you all have a blessed night. Don't hurt nobody. If you're out and about, be safe. Ask God to cover you on your way back home and keep you safe. With that being said, y'all have a great night. This is Stu Quimby out.
I spent so many nights sleeping on me, but I finally realized I'm all that I need. I'm that girl, been that chick, never needed no one else. couple on the side. Maybe